What's up, guys? Welcome back to Collecting and Hobbies, and today we're doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the totally awesome Hulk Build-A-Figure wave, also known as the Captain Marvel 2 or the Marvels wave. This time we're doing Marvel Boy. And there's some artwork. Here's a computer-generated image of the figure prototype. There's more artwork, which is basically the same as that. And then we got some comic book artwork in the back here. What about the glare? And this one comes with 2 accessories and 2 Hulk accessories. The right arm and the fist. The last guy we did was right there, Karnak. And he came with 2 fists and a Hulk arm and Hulk fist as well. So this one, wait a minute, that's kind of odd. So they don't actually show, see the bracers right there on the Build-A-Figure. They don't show the bracer here, but he does come with that. The Hulk does, or that just figure. Anyway, so there's his blasters, his, I forgot what they're called, bracers, granadas. I don't even know what that word means. But anyway, something like that. Supposedly he could fly. I was trying to determine that on a Facebook group. Can he fly? Because he can run 150 miles per hour. He can lift 25 tons. Not quite as strong as Superman, but I mean, that's pretty darn strong. If you're running 150 miles per hour and you just leap into the air, even just for a second, you'd be flying for a good distance, I would say. So, supposedly, he has some kind of special bracelets. I don't know what they're called, but here they are, sort of. They're like this thing on his hand right here. Supposedly, those might actually be what he needs to fly. And certain versions or comics. So here he is right here. And one of the reasons why I asked that is because this guy, I mean, look at that articulation. He is made to fly, articulation-wise. He can look up. He can crunch. That's a good ab crunch right there. And this is not the same body as the previous figure that I just reviewed, Karnak. So let's see what you see. This is where he is neutral, his regular stance. And then he can go down. So the fact that he can go all the way up like that and look all the way up like that, that's the good part about the short-haired guys and the old bodies, the old neck joints. They get a lot of movement upwards, and they also get a lot of movement downwards. And I mean, yeah, a decent amount of tilt. It kind of reminds me of Quicksilver, Magneto's son, Rogue's brother. But yeah, look at all that articulation. So let's just go ahead and talk about that, shall we? So he's got quite a bit of articulation. Those butterflies really work, at least for going backwards. There's what they do for going forwards, which again, just kind of runs into the chest sculpt. And one good thing, like he's got those peg holes, so he can put blast effects, like those little red lasers that come with Black Widow, the new Black Widow target. They also come with the upcoming Nick Fury. It should be out in October. And of course, he's got the bicep swivel. He's got the double jointed elbows that make him go up quite a bit, almost all the way. He's got trigger finger hands. I mean, the verticals. You got the vertical hinge. Most Marvel Legends, most action figures in general have side to side. He's got vertical. And he's got really gummy hands, which is a good thing in this one particular for getting his guns in his hands, because it takes a bit. By the way, I did try to put this in there because it's relatively small peg. This is actually Nebula's arm or saw blade arm, but it's too big to fit in there. So hand peg type thing won't actually fit in there, but the lasers will. And those from like Black Widow or the G.I. Joe Vipers, you could use those. But it took a good while to get these in his hands. So that's why I say in this particular case, it's good that these are gummy. You don't want gummy joints, because then they have a hard time standing or a lot of other things. But hands, it's good to be gummy, especially in gripping hands, because if they're super solid, and it'd be like impossible to get the weapons in. All right, so let's finish the articulation. He's also got a swivel there. You can go 360 all the way around. You can go pretty much all the way up. Not quite, but pretty much. As far as going up. Kicking, he can't kick back very far. And this part, oh wow, wait a minute. Well, maybe this is because he's super gummy. It is a hot day. I didn't notice this before, but a slight little paint error there. You get some white paint, just paint over that. A whiteout or something. This guy goes all the way out. I was going to say that he only goes out like this much. I've not even moved him around in that direction, so I'm surprised that he does. Of course, he's got the thigh cuts. He's got the double joints and kick his own back, butt, whatever. He's also got the boot cuts, which thighs, ankle rockers go all the way down, go a little bit forward. So this is not the exact same body as Karnak. So he did not have boot gut swivel, even though it kind of looks like it. It's a pretty clean line of paint, because it makes you think. So here's the difference. Yeah, it's definitely skinnier. Karnak is. I don't get it, but I'm not sure why they do what they do. Let's see about his. See, his barely goes forward. It does go back. You gotta push it on it though. It's got this big old gappage but he's also perfect for flying poses. Now, he was in the Kree. I was looking it up, like I said before. Now, this guy is like, I think he's more or less, to some extent, like the prince of the Kree. I might not be right about that. I don't know. But he's in the royal family. I believe his mom and dad are the king and the queen. Or the Kree. They're the leaders. They are peacekeepers. They're good guys. I know the Kree, if you even know what that means, they're the ones that Captain Marvel that wore the green suits that, at the beginning of the movie, you thought they were the good guys going after the guys, the green guys with the green ears, and uh, they were saying they were the good guys, but uh, I don't know. I guess there's just like a small band of them. I really don't know the story. I just collect the action figures and I watch the movies. But so again, another Kree might be why he's in the Captain Marvel wave, possibly. All right, so I mean, we already went over articulation. Um, as far as the paint job, pretty much seen it while we were going through the articulation. The comic book pictures that I've seen have him wearing this exact outfit, but it's cut like right here, kind of, and the rest of his legs are bare. I don't really know where they're getting this from, but I could see, I mean, it's basically his same costume. Maybe they didn't want to make the rest of his legs bare. Maybe they thought he looked better this way. I don't really know. But paint job's pretty clean, except for that one little flaw that we saw on his thigh. And let's take one of these out, I guess, to show you what his hands look like. It did take a while to get him in, though. That's why. Anyway, so there's what his hand looks like. So, supposedly, though, anybody that has these bracers, kind of like the Magneto things that go up his arms, or just gauntlet looking, just basically like this little part of the gun, just around your wrist, supposedly makes you fly. So, you got some gold to wear around your wrist. Evidently, you can fly in Kree land, or I don't know, whatever. But here's his belt. I don't remember seeing this before. It might be a new piece. It is, movable. Not removable, but it'll move around and get out of the way for his articulation. Here's the head sculpt. Looks pretty good. I did have a little bit of gray smudging here. May even still be able to tell a little bit that it was there. Kind of wiped it off. He's got the photoreal eyes and eyebrows, lips, teeth. I don't know why he has whitish gray hair. I don't know how old this guy is. I don't think he's like old. Like I said, I think he's like the prince. He doesn't look very old in these pictures. Probably like in his 20s. So, so he maybe just has white hair. Maybe that's the thing on his planet. I don't know, but I like it as a figure. I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. It's not one that I was looking forward to. He is called Marvel Boy. I know there's Marvel Girl, there's Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel. So, I don't know. But here's his Build-A-Figure piece that he comes with right here, which we'll get into later when we already articulated it a little bit. And he also comes with a fisted hand for Hulk. But we'll get into that when we put it together. And overall, not knowing anything about this character as an action figure alone, paint looks good for the most part. This is very easy to fix, just a little drop of white. Shouldn't have to, yeah, but very easy to fix. It doesn't really bother me. At least it's not like up here on his chest or somewhere more obvious. I love the guns. They kind of look like hair dryers, though. I will say that. But what I really like about him is the ports. And let me get out a couple of blast effects. He wears bracers to fly. Just saying. I mean, take off the Black Widow ones, put these on Black Widow. Just saying. But So here's the kind of blast effects I'm talking about, like these laser or whatever. Those should fit in there just fine, I would think. There we go. So I wish you would have came with some. That would have been nice. I mean, why? I mean, you should put the holes in every gun so that everybody can do it. But now that you're doing that, give somebody some blast effects. Let's see if the smoke effect will work in here as well. Maybe you don't want them to shoot lasers, because I know they're pretty close to the pegs aren't very long. So the kind of gun, like this kind of gun, the tip ends right there, but this one has got the hole, a little bit deeper in there. But let's see if it'll work. See, that's what I was afraid of. I wasn't sure if I could get it in there. Okay, so I'm not sure why, but these holes aren't big enough. They're just not, they can't do it. I actually dropped it on the floor. It took forever to find it because I have a white tile floor in here. And I don't know why. I mean, they'll fit in this. Like I said, it doesn't have far to go. They're actually very difficult to get into these too. I got it into Black Widow's gun, into the smaller one, but just barely. I mean, it's like too thick to even go to really, you really got to work it in there. Let's see about this one. I know this isn't, see if this will fit in here. They're very rubbery, so it's very difficult to get them in. You can see it's like half coming out, but or maybe the pegs aren't really pushed in far enough, like the holes aren't dug deep enough. Just trying to get all this stuff out of the way. So those will fit just fine. These two little red ones from Black Widow. I still haven't found a smoke effect that will go in there. I do have some of these from G.I. Joe, but they're like buried somewhere. I might be able to get it in a little bit. So it does work with the smoke effects as well, but just barely. Alright guys, so that's really about it. Now it doesn't want to come out. I really jammed it in there good. Okay, so overall, if he came with some blast effects, I'd give him a 10 out of 10. As the action figure, as it is, without really knowing anything about him, it just does, a figure with accessories, look, just whatever. The articulation is very good. The articulation probably has got to be a 10 out of 10 pretty much. The feet are a little big, but he seems to be standing all right. He is a little gummy. He does have the pins. Not a fan of those because they've already taken them away. Now they're putting them back. This is only the second figure of the wave that we've done so far. But I already can tell you that the next one I'm going to do, the third one, again, I'm not 100% sure if it's reused because I don't really collect Captain America's, but it looks like an MCU type of uniform, but it looks more like on a comic body. It's got excellent articulation, but anyway, I guess I give him a 9. I don't know why there's a hole in his back, but maybe you can find a jetpack or something. I'll give him a 9, 9.5, 10 if he had blast effects. Yeah, but not not a character I was looking forward to, but now that I got to open and with all the good stuff that he can do, it might just be a keeper. Even though I got him for the Build-A-Figure piece. That's it, guys. Thumbs up, like, subscribe. Appreciate the views, and see you on the next one.